Dog Coaching and Pet Care, and I'm here with Prince, who's here for a 4-week board and train, and working with him on the beginnings of the place command. So important to know about him, he's pretty high-strung, wired, I would say, overexcited, a little nervous and anxious, all of those things, right? So, and he's not hugely food motivated, so I'm working with him on this very quietly, inviting him to go on, and then waiting for him to lay down before I release him. So you'll see a difference when he lays down, actually, that he does kind of calm and settle down. That's the magic of the place command, right? So if you have a dog that is easily excitable, doesn't know how to settle down, this is a great command for them. Definitely want to teach them this. And you know, they're all different, which is why I like to show you different dogs, different personalities. Maybe you'll see something in these dogs that you see in your own, and see that they can do this, right? So I literally just started a few minutes ago. He didn't have any issue getting up on the place cot, but you know, if you have a dog that does, sometimes some dogs are afraid of it. Best thing you can do is flip it over so it's flat on the ground and just kind of walk them back and forth. Sometimes the first couple times you literally might have to pick them up and put them on there and then let them stay on there until you see their body relax and then release them. It's not, you know, totally uncommon. But usually after that, then they're, you know, they realize it's not such a scary thing, and then you can flip it over and start again, all right? So, again, releasing him, talking to him very quietly, very calmly, just trying to keep everything really calm for him. That just helps him. If I get too animated or too happy, he gets like, you know, all fired up. So initially when I started, I waited until he laid down, which he actually did fairly quickly before I released him, so that he started to learn the fastest way for me to release him is for him to lay down, okay? But sometimes it takes a little bit for him to go into that laying down position too, because we just started, so. Right? Good. So you'll hear me talking to him very quietly, very softly. Let's go. Place. Good. See, it's interesting that when he first comes on, he's standing on there, he gets a little, you know, fired up, but as soon as he lays down, he's pretty calm, he's pretty relaxed. His body language is relaxed. He's panting a little bit, but, you know, tail's wagging. More so relaxed when he lays down than when he's standing up. Right. Place. So some dogs, when we, you know, start teaching them, we've been teaching them the place command for a little bit, we then start to teach them to go into a down position. You know, we've taught them the down already and asked them to go into a down while they're on place. Some dogs, a lot of dogs we do that way. But some dogs, like him, I want him to figure out that's what I want. That's the way to get released, or that's the way to get food. And so, you know, if that's the case, if that's what you're doing with your dog, the first time they go into that down position, either you click and reward, or say good and reward, or release them immediately. In his case, because he's not real food motivated, I was releasing him immediately. So he learned, oh, if I want to get off this thing, I need to lay down, right? So at this point, I'm starting to have him stay on there a little bit longer, right? And just kind of working on moving around while he's in that down position. So again, some dogs we teach them to default, I call it defaulting to the down, you know, going on place and laying down, because that's really what we want. We don't want them going on there and standing, going on there and sitting. We want them to go on there, lay down and chill out, okay? So he's a smart guy. He's gotten this pretty quickly, and so I'm just starting to add in a little bit of movement. And of course, if he steps off, I'm just going to mark it with wrong, and then use a little, with him, I'm using a little spatial pressure to get him back on there. That's really good with the head down. Good. Breath. Place. Good. So also, I'm not having to use a whole lot of leash pressure at all, really, at this point. I'm just walking alongside the place cot because it's kind of like they're walking with you, and your body is like a magnet, and so they follow it. If I stand here at this point, if I stand here and just try and get him to go on it, he probably wouldn't do it. So that's why I walk alongside, and he follows me, and I stop in the middle. So he stops in the middle. Okay? Place. Good. So I'm hoping that he steps off so you can see what happens when that happens. I'm gonna see if I can't entice him to do that. Wrong. Place. Good. So, you know, if the dog, and again, we're in the learning phase. If he steps off, I simply say wrong, and then either with leash guidance or spatial pressure, walking towards him, get him back onto place. I don't keep repeating the place command. I say it one time and then use my body, use the leash to get him on there. Okay? See if I can get it wrong. Place. Good. Okay, so that was spatial pressure. Just moving towards the dog and they back up. Okay? Some dogs do a lot more trying to step off. And you know, at this point I'm not having him stay on there very long, but pretty soon we'll start extending the amount of time that we expect him to stay on place. So he's doing pretty well actually, so you know that'll be happening today. That will start to build up duration. Okay. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you. That's him. Peaches is totally different in her approach, and our approach to her with regards to place, and I'll show you that. But again, this nervous, anxious, kind of amped up dog, when you're working with them, kind of keep it quiet and calm. You know, when they make a mistake, in this case, because we're in the learning phase, we simply say wrong, very calmly, very quietly, and just, you know, spatial pressure, leash pressure, whichever one, or both, to get them back on under command, okay? Good. Okay, so if you have questions or comments, post them in the comment section. Just thought this would help any of you that have, you know, this kind of a dog, maybe this personality, and you know, stay tuned for some progress with him. We're going to do adding in some distractions and duration and all of that, and see how he does. So, all right, Terry Hansen, Good Dog Coaching and Pet Care. If you have any questions or comments, post them in the comment section. Take care. Bye.
Break. Good girl. Come on, Peaches. Come on. place.